Mom and dad keep falling. Can you give some examples or different ways that we can try to help with that? I know sometimes it just happens, but
Yeah, it's a challenging one. I've dealt with it myself with family members that I own a company doing this type of service. I also have a nonprofit that's for installing grab bars in the home. So when falls occur, you do kind of like, okay, what do I need to do? Um, and there's a lot of challenges around that because it's often environmental. First is what you try to modify is making the area as easy to navigate as possible, which is extremely difficult with our seniors. And I'll focus on family members because myself, having gone through this recently, I know how challenging it can be to convince your mom or your father to move a favorite table or a favorite dresser out of the way because it would make it much easier. Moving a bed, repositioning a bed sometimes is what's required. And it's an act of Congress to get them to do something of that nature sometimes. So I know the struggles and the challenges, but this is where I think the professionals can really help out. What I found is that me owning a company that makes this advice to seniors many, many times in my career with parents, at least with my mom, and then I grew up with my aunt and uncle as well. So I have an uncle who's like a father. Um, Surprisingly, they would not listen to me. I had to reach out myself to my professional network and have another professional come in that was like with a home health company that was a nurse or a physical therapist that could make those suggestions, or even the doctor. So sometimes you, as the child making the suggestion, regardless of your professional experience and knowledge, it's just not listened to in the same way. And that's just because we're family and we have a relationship with individuals that is different. So, first and foremost is solving those environmental issues, is looking what can I move? Can I move some furniture? Can I install some areas for a grab bar potentially somewhere can reach? There's a lot of different things that are out there from a physical standpoint. You've got vertical bars that go from ceiling to floor that can be put in spots. You've got grab bars that can put in the long hallways. Sometimes a chair rail could be installed in a longer hallway. But that's the first thing, is get them comfortable with stability. Where do they move? It, what often we see is that someone falls because they couldn't get to their device. It was between where I let the device go and then get into my chair, let the device go, get into my bed. And then the reverse situation is when the fall happens. So that's some things that people can think about. Again, a professional can come out and help you analyze that situation, understand what's going on, and then make some suggestions based upon the physical situation. Now, falls are there's lots of other things that go into falls, and I would just recommend that anyone uh, does some research on what causes falls. We've got a fall prevention program where we go through not just the physical dimensions of the space, but also look at things like health conditions that might be impacting that situation. Could be dehydration, could be nutrition, could be medications that are causing some dizziness or unsteadiness. So there's a lot of things there that have to be analyzed, and the key is once it's recognized, start doing something about it. Take an approach towards it, not just ignoring it, not not accepting it as a one-time thing. It shouldn't happen again, especially as we said in the question, mom keeps falling. What do I do? Definitely take some kind of action. It's not always a medical situation, though. It's not just going to be solved by a new medication or solved by something simple. It's got to be tracked over time. Try to understand, like, when do the falls happen? Are they happening at a specific time during the day? That could lead to some other environmental aspects or some nutritional aspects. Shortly after they ate, shortly before they drank, some of those kind of things can come into play.
that's where I feel that the home care services that you guys provide is very valuable because you can hit all those key points that you mentioned. A lot of people that are not in the medical industry wouldn't even know where to begin at all. Whereas you just go in there and you're able to, because as you said, it's not just the
And
physical.
that's part of our services. When we're involved, because even clients that we're serving, seldom do they fall while we're there. but we're not there all the time with our clients. So it's happening when we're not there, but we do have enough knowledge of the house, knowledge of the client's daily routines that we can sometimes help narrow down where the problems might be. Could be simple lighting issues. It's any number of things, but yeah, when we're involved, we're able to start doing that analysis and kind of come up with some solutions.